Hello, everyone. Today I'm diving into a book that is not just filled with stories, but with real lives, real struggles, and an incredible resilience. Mi Voz Mi Vida gives us a deep look into the experiences of Latino college students who, despite countless challenges, are rewriting their own narratives. These stories remind us of the power of identity, culture, and perseverance in education. Hello, I'm Paula-Dee Cameron. This was made for my EDU 604 Diversity and Achievement class. This book shares the personal journeys of Latino students in higher education, navigating a world that often doesn't reflect their own identities. Each story speaks to the balancing act between persevering their cultural roots and striving for success in an educational system that wasn't designed with them in mind. It's not just a book about students, it's a testament to their strength, their dreams, and their undeniable place in the fabric of our schools and universities. The concept of cultural competence has been a major theme in our course, and Mi Voz Mi Vida puts a human face to that idea. These students remind us that learning is not just about knowledge, it's about connecting with the person behind the knowledge. This book is a perfect example of why we need culturally responsive teaching and why embracing diversity isn't just beneficial, it's necessary. The stories align so well with our course objectives, showing how critical it is to create spaces where students' cultural identities are celebrated, not just erased. This book aligns beautifully with our course objective of fostering inclusivity and creating spaces where all students feel seen. It pushes educators to embrace the salad bowl approach to diversity, where students' unique identities blend but don't disappear. Their stories highlight the importance of acknowledging and supporting cultural differences rather than forcing assimilation. That's what multicultural education is about, not just tolerating diversity, but integrating and celebrating it in our classrooms. The stories of Alejo and Antonio struck me the most. Alejo, who battled with fitting his Latinx identity into a world that didn't always welcome it, had to navigate the feeling that his culture was unnecessary. Antonio's struggle with language barriers was equally heartbreaking. These students are trying to not just fit in, but to thrive. Despite being seen as outsiders in an educational system that doesn't cater to them, their resilience in the face of these obstacles is inspiring. It makes you wonder how much more they could achieve if the system supported them fully. The challenges these students face are staggering: language barriers, discrimination, and an overwhelming sense of exclusion. Antonio struggled to connect due to his lack of fluency in English. It's something that so many immigrant students experience. But what's amazing is how these challenges also provide opportunities. Alessandro, for example, found strength in maintaining his connection to Spanish and his cultural roots. Their heritage didn't hold them back, it empowered them. And that's something we need to embrace as educators. You're probably asking, as educators, how in the world are we supposed to do that? How can we better support students like those in Mi Voz Mi Vida? Well, we must build culturally responsive classrooms. This means using bilingual education, offering mentorships, and creating curriculum that reflects the diversity of our student body. When students see themselves in what they're learning, when they can communicate in their native language and celebrate their culture, their academic and social success skyrockets. It's time we recognize that diversity isn't a challenge to overcome, it's an asset to nurture. The themes from this book aren't just relevant to individual students, they reflect a larger societal need. As classrooms become more diverse, we as a society need to shift our perspective. Schools must evolve to reflect the cultures, languages, and identities of our students. This is not just about helping students succeed academically. It's about building a more inclusive society where every voice is valued. If we fail to embrace this diversity, we risk leaving entire groups behind. Reading Mi Voz Mi Vida has reminded me of the importance of seeing the whole student, not just their grades or attendance. These stories show us that culture and identity are not separate from education, they are integral to it. What I've learned is that we have to keep pushing for educational systems that reflect the diversity of our world. Future research should focus on how culturally responsive teaching can directly impact student success and how we can better prepare teachers for diverse classrooms. Here are some resources that guided my understanding and helped me connect these powerful stories to what we learned in this course. These references are key to understanding how cultural competence can transform our educational system.